And joining us on debate number 2 this evening, Dr. Sambit Patra, National Spokesperson of the BJP, R Venkatesh, CA and Policy Analyst. He's with us also from Delhi. From Agra, we have Dr. C.P. Rai, Senior Leader and Spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party. MP Lok Sabha and of the CPIM, Mohammad Salim is with us from Delhi. And MLA of the AIMIM, also an advocate, Waris Pathan with us from Mumbai. Good evening, gentlemen. Mohammad Salim, I'd like to start with you because first and foremost, can the opposition please make it clear what exactly they want? Because we've heard several different things over the last few days. Now, does the opposition, like certain parties have made it clear, want a rollback? Does the opposition want a debate in Parliament or does it not? Does the opposition think that they will insist on a washout of this entire session if the Prime Minister does not speak? Does the opposition want the obituary reference to be the only precondition for a debate in Parliament? What exactly does the opposition want?
Allow me to say, so many questions you have put. When Parliament met on 16th, so our demand was very clear. That's why we came over to Delhi and waited for 5 days after the demonetization announcement that Parliament is a place where discussion will take place. So first and foremost is discussion, not a mono dialogue over television. Like the way we have heard from the minister, like the way we are listening from Prime Minister every day. So we have a parliamentary democracy and constitutional instrument and scheme of things.
Yeah, but you had the finance minister in the Parliament. Why do you say that there is a monologue on television when you've had the finance minister and you have the government welcoming a debate in Parliament? Then why is this insistence on only the Prime Minister to speak? There is an open invitation for debate in Parliament from the government.
No, that's through television channel. What I'm saying is adjournment motion we table from the first day. We are waiting and government is saying we are not agreeing. Speaker is saying if the government does not agree, I cannot say this. Why not? It's the important issue. You think it's a game changer. Prime Minister announced it. He led the battle from the front and he asked the nation to come out. So now he is the leader of the house in Lok Sabha. So why Finance Minister now today Babul Supriya is saying if children can answer, why the daddy will come? It's not a father and son relation. It's an elected body. Still we have a parliamentary democracy and all these monetary things, income tax rates, everything is supposed to be discussed in Parliament.
So with Mr. Mohammad Salim, you are talking only about the Lok Sabha. We are also talking about the Rajya Sabha. Your leader Sitaram Yechuri started a debate in Rajya Sabha. Everybody in this country heard him because he was on national television speaking in Rajya Sabha on the 16th, on day 1 when Parliament met. Not only him, senior leaders of the Congress party, whether it was Ghulam Nabi Azad or Anand Sharma, they also spoke. Mayawati spoke. The Samajwadi Party spoke in Rajya Sabha. Why in Rajya Sabha have you suspended the debate a day later? The question is, on one side you want to paralyze Lok Sabha, on the other side you want to paralyze Rajya Sabha after having gone in for the debate. Why the change in goalposts?
You will give me 2-3 minutes? Navika, will you give me 2-3 minutes?
Go on.
You have put a question with 2 minutes.
Go on.
Now, Rajya Sabha, we started discussion. That means opposition was ready for discussion. Parliament normally function on 16th. But Prime Minister sitting in Parliament building, it's an ego problem. He didn't turn up. And now he's releasing book in the Parliament precinct, but he is not coming to Parliament. So the general should lead the battle from the front, not from behind. That's the question. And what the ministers are saying, that anybody can answer. But it's the important 70 years, first time all these things are happening. So why not Prime Minister? Why is hiding? Because the plight of the people, he don't want to listen from the people's representative.
But the same question when you say it's a parliamentary democracy, the same question can be asked of the opposition as well. Why this insistence on only the Prime Minister speaking? The same question can be asked of the opposition as well because the government has invited a debate. Now, let me go across to C.P. Rai also on this because C.P. Rai, today your party MP Naresh Agarwal spoke in Parliament and demanded, together with the BSP in fact, asked why the Prime Minister was not present. Now, you've basically joined this opposition stalling tactic when Parliament was being held hostage, and I'm going back to the aftermath of Lalit Gate, we spoke about this earlier also here on the channel. Mulayam Singh Yadav had reportedly told the Congress that democracy cannot be held hostage to the whims and fancies of a party or a group of parties. Now, in that context, let me ask you, why isn't the Samajwadi Party coming out categorically and asking the opposition parties to desist from stalling Parliament? Your own leader has said that Parliament and democracy cannot be held hostage. But that's exactly what's happening. Why isn't your party coming out and saying something about it?
सवाल बहुत लंबा हो गया आपका। आपने ही मेरे सवाल का एक आधा जवाब दे दिया। आपने मेरे नेता मुलायम सिंह यादव को रेफर किया कि उन्होंने कहा था कि पार्लियामेंट को बंधक नहीं बनाया जा सकता। इसका मतलब कि समाजवादी पार्टी एक जिम्मेदार पार्टी है। जब किसी कानून बनाने का सवाल था, कोई अध्यादेश का सवाल था, तो मेरे नेता ने कहा कि उस पर चर्चा हो, उस पर बातचीत हो। यहाँ उतनी सवाल नहीं है। यहाँ सवाल यह है कि करोड़ों लोग सड़क पर हैं। 15 करोड़ लोग जो डेली मजदूर होते हैं, दिहाड़ी मजदूर जिसे कहते हैं, वो बेरोजगारी की कगार पर है। इतनी बड़ी तादाद 70% तादाद गांव में रहने वाली बेहाल और परेशान है। खेत सूखे, उनके पास बीज नहीं है। आपने अंत में एक छोटा सा टुकड़ा डाल दिया कि आप सरकारी दुकान से बीज खरीद सकते हैं पुराने नोट पर। केवल 20% बीज सरकारी दुकान पर मिलता है, 80% बीज प्राइवेट दुकान से आता है। तो ये जो सारे तरीके हैं और जो इनके इरादे में गलतफहमी है, जो इनके इरादे पर शक है, जो इनके तरीके पर शक है, उसके नाते, और ये जो हम चूंकि राजनीति करते हैं, हम जनता के साथ जुड़े हुए हैं, जब तक गरीब इंसान सड़क पर खड़ा हुआ रोता रहेगा, जब तक किसान रोता रहेगा,
सीपी राय,
हम कह रहे हैं डिबेट करने को। इसलिए
सवाल उठाने हैं,
मैं
आपको सवाल उठाने हैं, आप सवाल उठा सकते हैं, लेकिन ये सवाल तो तभी उठाए जा सकते हैं जब पार्लियामेंट में डिबेट होगी। अगर पार्लियामेंट में डिबेट ही नहीं होगी, नो डिबेट, तो फिर सवाल उठाए नहीं जा सकते।
नविका, मैं आपकी बात समझ गया। टीचर हूं, लिखने वाला आदमी हूं, आपकी बात समझ गया। चूंकि प्रधानमंत्री ने एक बहुत बड़े पैमाने पर देश को संबोधित किया और उन्होंने इसका श्रेय लिया। उन्होंने सीधे सीधे यह बताया कि यह फैसला मैंने किया है, इसलिए प्रधानमंत्री की जिम्मेदारी है। और चूंकि बीजेपी की सरकार में केवल प्रधानमंत्री दिखते हैं कि वही पूरी पावर है, केवल वही नेता दिखते हैं कि बीजेपी में अकेले नेता है, इसलिए देश को उन्हीं को बताना पड़ेगा कि उनका इरादा क्या है। मैं क्या आपके सामने कुछ तथ्य पेश करूं या चलिए बाद में पेश करूंगा?
एक तरफ आप कह रहे हैं कि सिर्फ एक ही नेता दिखते हैं, एक तरफ आप कह रहे हैं कि एक ही नेता दिखते हैं, दूसरी तरफ अगर वो दूसरा नेता दिखाना चाहें, अगर वो फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर अरुण जेटली से जवाब दिलवाना चाहें तो आप सुनेंगे नहीं। तो आप चित भी मेरी, पट भी मेरी,
फैसला लेने का अधिकार।
एक मिनट राय साहब,
फैसला लेने का अधिकार अकेले उनके पास है जी, इसलिए जवाब उन्हीं को देना पड़ेगा।
का डिसीजन था
और बाकी
कलेक्टिव रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी होती है कैबिनेट की। पूरे कैबिनेट ने ये डिसीजन लिया और कैबिनेट के डिसीजन के बाद प्रधानमंत्री जी ने संबोधित किया नेशन को, लेकिन डिसीजन तो कैबिनेट का था और इसको आरबीआई के बोर्ड ने पहले प्रपोज किया, बाद में कैबिनेट ने डिसीजन लिया। लेकिन मैं वारिस पठान जी से पूछना चाहूंगी,
अगर आरबीआई शामिल होती तो इतना बुरा हाल नहीं होता देश के अंदर। और मैं आपके सामने कुछ तथ्य रखूंगा कि आपके सुनने वाले देश भर के सारे श्रोता और सारे दर्शक ये जान जाएंगे कि इसमें घटना क्या है, इनके इरादे में कमी क्या है। हम विरोध को कर रहे हैं।
आऊंगी, हाँ, मैं आपके पास दोबारा आऊंगी। पहले मैं वारिस पठान जी से ये पूछूं, April 11, 2016, Asaduddin Owaisi said Parliament should be used to debate and discuss people's issues. Disrupting it from carrying out its functions is a cardinal crime. This is what Asaduddin Owaisi said on April 11, 2016. Now, you are saying that the Prime Minister should come and, give a reply in the House. Without that, you will not allow the House to function. You have never raised a single question to the Congress, the left and the opposition for not allowing the House to function. So are these double standards that Asaduddin Owaisi and his party, the AIMIM, is continuing to carry on in Parliament, where you will only stall Parliament when it suits you, but you will never ask the opposition a question, even though you feel Parliament is the ground where all debate should really take place?
See, the question was very longer, so just give me some 30 seconds to make my point, Navika. The first thing, the Parliament is sovereign, supreme, not the Prime Minister. We have the biggest temple of democracy called the parliament, and the main pujari is missing from the parliament. Why does the Prime Minister not come in the parliament and answer on the demonetisation? They see 60 people have died. 11 bank officers have died, and I don't say, this is said by the senior vice president of the Bank Officers Federation, Mr. Thomas Franco. Why does he not come before the people and say? Because he is the leader. He was the person who said, yes, the demonetisation is taken place. 8 baje se 500,000 ka note band. He made that statement. Why is he hiding? There are 280 MPs of his party present in the parliament. Then why is he afraid to come before the parliament and make his statements? What prevents him? And when you are seeing what the queues are going on in what is going on in the nation,
but
it was a very insensitive, callous, without any vision approach, madam. People, you come on the street, you are making statements on the TV channel and saying, "Imandar khush hai, beiman naraz hai." Come on the street and make
Waris Pathan, there's two issues here. Okay, one issue as you've raised, one issue that you've raised is of implementation. And you know, we'll put that question to Sambit Patra, because that is exactly what we are saying, that if the opposition parties, if anyone feels that there are questions to be raised to the government, well then they should do so in parliament. That's one point. But you know, you're talking about the fact that there are so many MPs of the Prime Minister in the parliament. Why doesn't he come out and speak in front of them? Well, that's exactly the point.
Right.
He has representatives in the parliament. He has everyone right up to the very top, where the finance minister himself is saying we are open for a debate. Now, what is more important? The opposition digging in its heels and saying, no, we will not talk if A, Prime Minister doesn't come, B, the orbit reference is not a precondition, and all these different categories that they go into every single day. What is more important? The opposition digging in its heels and saying we will not let the debate happen, or in fact saying, all right, let's get into the house, let's debate this, let's ask the questions that need to be asked, and let's get the answers from the government. You know, everyone would want to hear that. The common person of this country, Waris Pathan, would want to know what are the valid questions being raised, what are the answers that are coming forth from the government, and this, you know very well, can only happen inside the parliament.
No, the common man wants to know under what provisions of law are you stopping me from removing my own money from the bank? Why don't you allow me? You are saying 2,50,000 you are allowed to take from the bank for a marriage, but you have put so many conditions on them that the bride should go, the groom must go, the father and the mother must go. Then why you don't call the pandit also to the bank? Why don't you call the qazi to the bank to perform the nikah? What is this going on in the country? The entire nation is facing an apathy, and the Prime Minister chooses not to attend the parliament and make a statement. What is this going on, madam? And what is total violation of
Waris Pathan,
Section 26, 2G of the RBI Act? No, we are discussing everything. Please don't be on one point. The nation wants to know each and everything on the denomination of the notes. When they were not prepared, why did you took the decision in a haste? It is not a violation of Article 19
but he
of the
did mention,
Constitution.
Mr. Waris Pathan, Mr. C.P. Rai,
No, he should mention.
The Prime Minister did mention that it will take some time to normalize the situation. Already, 8th of November, this announcement came. 9th was a holiday. 9th was a holiday, and since then, today, the banks are in a much better position. Sambit Patra, the question is...
No, there is no money in the bank.
Okay, Sambit Patra, let me take that question. Let me take that question, Mohammad Salim, Waris Pathan and C.P. Rai. Let me take that question to the BJP. Let me ask Sambit Patra, where is the hitch? Why is the BJP preventing the Prime Minister to come and be present in the house? Because it was he who made this announcement on 8th of November. That's the, frequent refrain that's coming in from the opposition. Now, to make the house function is also as much the responsibility of the government as the opposition. So, can the government actually make Prime Minister come to the house and probably, intervene in the debate, because it is really his brainchild that this entire demonetization step is. Where is the hitch? Is it an ego clash between the opposition and the treasury benches?
Navika, since I have to answer a number of my opponent friends, then please do allow me some amount of extra time. Number one, what is the core issue? The core issue in the debate of demonetization is how to see to it that the implementation is smooth, and how to see to it that people do not face problem. I believe all my opponents would agree to the fact that they are thinking good of the people on the street in the queue. So naturally, if they want certain questions, if they have certain suggestions, if they want to amend something, the best thing is please debate on the floor of the parliament. Which person debates is not important. Whether the answer that comes to you from the finance minister, from the other participants, are they satisfying? Are they satisfying your question? Are they satisfying the people standing on the queue? Are they solving the problem in the queue? If they're not solving the problems, raise your voice and say, no, we are not satisfied with the questions that we are not satisfied with the answer that was given by the finance minister. We are not satisfied with the amendments that was brought in by the government. Rather than doing this, you have started an ego tussle over here. None other than Prime Minister. We will hear no one else. Navika, if you would rewind today's playings in the Rajya Sabha, you would see that this question was posed to the chair in Rajya Sabha, that please call the Prime Minister to answer to all the queries. The chair specifically cites the rules of Parliament, saying that according to the rules of proceeding, I cannot call the Prime Minister because this is a subject of the Finance Minister. I can call upon the Finance Minister to address all your concerns. And from day one itself, the Finance Minister of the country, Mr. Arun Jaitley, is ready to answer.
Why Prime Minister hiding the face?
Does not satisfy you.
That's a good question.
Sir, please, let me.
Just to face the question of Sahara and Birla paper.
Just a second.
Bribery issue.
Don't run into rhetoric.
Sahara and Birla.
Please don't run into rhetoric. I heard you. You are an elderly person.
You are fighting black money.
More experience.
Bribery.
Please behave of your stature. Let's not go into this tutu meme. Let's debate over here. Number one.
Okay,
so what is your aim? Your aim is to see to it. Just a second. Yes, your aim is to see to it that people are satisfied. Whether your ego, why the Prime Minister is hiding, why the Prime Minister is listening to Sahara, he is listening to Adani, is that the question? Raise those questions on the floor of Parliament, which you say are the core questions. Number two, I'll end by this 10 seconds of my reference. Navika, just refer to what happened yesterday. After the unfortunate train accident, the Rail Minister had to give out a statement of condolence for the 128 passenger and a statement as to why the accident happened and what the government is doing as far as the accident is concerned. But the problem is, despite the fact that it had nothing to do with demonetization, the opposition did not allow the Rail Minister to speak. Literally, the Rail Minister had to howl and hound. Is that the way a responsible opposition speaks? Well, you have differences on demonetization.
That is the question we are asking, Sambit Patra, that's the question we are asking tonight, that, there are questions that have to be asked, but what is the way that they should be asked? And that's exactly what we are saying, that if the opposition has certain issues that they want to raise, why don't they raise it in Parliament? Now, R Venkatesh, the issue here is, as you heard Mohammad Salim saying repeatedly, even in the last couple of minutes, why is the Prime Minister hiding? Why doesn't he show his face? Why doesn't he come and talk about this? Well, the question is, what can the Finance Minister not answer questions on this issue? What is this insistence on Prime Minister, then on a certain day the insistence on, the obituary, which we all feel for, but the insistence on the obituary being there as a precondition for debate. Some parties asking for a rollback. What exactly does the opposition want, and is the Prime Minister's presence really the issue here, or do they just want to stall the debate? R Venkatesh.
Navika and others, listen to me carefully. The first day the debate started, and I even said the debate started so smoothly, nazar lag jayegi, aisi debate hogi to bahut acha hai. But within 24 hours I had to eat my own words for a simple reason. Whatever did the opposition leaders say, it was laughable at best, condemnable at best. Mayawati ji standing and saying that she bats for a corrupt-free life, public life, or Samajwadi Party people talking against black money, or the communists talking about anti-terror funding, or your Congress party talking about probity in public life. People were laughing over watching that debate. They could not carry with conviction. They all said we are with the government, but, and the but was so big, and they were saying that they were batting for the common man, and they were saying, oh, look at it, the common man is standing in the queue. But which parliamentarian has ever talked about standing in the queue for buying a ticket, going and getting yourself educated in a school or a college? From a crematorium to a birth certificate, we have to stand in a queue. Has these people ever bothered about it? And suddenly they hold cudgels for standing in the queue, and they said the common man who they said खेती बर्बादी हो गई है, लेकिन उसके पास हजार के नोट हैं, वो जाकर उसको बदलना चाहता है। एक ऐसी बेवकूफी की बात कर रही है। लगता है कि उनको कि आम जनता के पास समझ नहीं है, आम जनता इतना भी समझ नहीं पा रही है कि
आप कौन सा
प्लीज अंडरस्टैंड
Okay.
We are listening this in the social media.
No, please don't disturb me. Don't disturb me.
All the troll.
No, please don't disturb me when I speak. Don't disturb me.
Okay, MR Venkatesh, complete your point because I need to go across to Mohammad Salim.
As a financial expert.
MR Venkatesh, complete your point.
I can also heckle you, sir. I can also heckle you.
Complete your point, MR Venkatesh. Mohammad Salim, allow him to complete his point.
Your tolerance level is so poor, sir, that you can't stop. You can't even take 5 minutes of criticism. I am saying with all responsibility, the opposition did not cut ties with the common man, that their debate fell flat, and hence they do not want this debate, and hence they are trying to wriggle out of this debate. They spoke nonsense. The whole day was nonsense. It was wasted, and hence you want to wriggle out.
Okay.
Now you come out
so let me
को आना चाहिए, प्राइम मिनिस्टर को ये डिबेट करना चाहिए। ये कैसा हो सकता है, सर?
Exactly, that's the question I want to ask Mohammad Salim once again. Let me ask Mohammad Salim, MR Venkatesh. Mohammad Salim, are you raising your pitch?
We waited for him. Financial part.
Mohammad Salim, are you raising your pitch in both Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha? Are you demanding the Prime Minister's presence? You are asking for obituary references to be made. Are you demanding all this because deep down somewhere you know that if you shout out, people will try and forget the fact that the opposition is actually a divided lot. Mamata Banerjee wants a rollback. The CPIM does not want a rollback. Mamata Banerjee marches to the Rashtrapati Bhavan. CPIM does not want to go with him. So it's your personal politics that's at play also over here. You're in competitive politics with your own political parties like the Trinamool Congress in Bengal. You are doing competitive politics on the Delhi national stage here in Parliament because you know you are a divided lot, because you couldn't bring everybody together on the same page. Nitish Kumar on the one hand praises the entire demonetization move. Sharad Yadav goes and hobnobs with the Congress party. So are you actually stalling Parliament so that people will forget and, forget to look at the fact that the opposition is a completely divided lot?
It's a multi-party democracy. Every political party has its own priority and issues. Now the question is, even in the government, all parties are not same. So opposition, we are not in a front, but we are opposing the government's callousness, and we are trying to highlight the sufferings of the people. That's why Shiv Sena went with Mamata Banerjee, and none other than Trinamool Congress is asking for rollback. Only one party asked. Even they are joining the 13 parties opposition, that they are not now. They are accepting that the people's suffering should be mitigated. Nobody is supporting black money. We are ready to support all the steps the government takes sincerely. We are doubting the result, and we are doubting the sincerity and the preparedness. Where is the Reserve Bank governor? All such monetary things should be announced by the Reserve Bank governor. Instead of that, Prime Minister did this. Now, why Prime Minister should not come in the Parliament? Let Mamata Banerjee take her own position in Bengal or in Delhi. AAP has its own position. You can't streamline all political parties, but the sufferings of the people, lives and livelihoods, that has to be addressed. Every party has its own way. Now the government is pushing all political parties to come together. They are making opposition unity. Now we will go to the people, mass action will be there. Now you are talking, the opposition as restless. The opposition has showed patience, and Amit Shah blamed opposition that they are irresponsible. But because of the irresponsible act of the government, people are suffering. Now we will go to the people, and people on the streets. People are already on the streets. If we don't hear this voice of the people,
you are entitled to do that. You are entitled to do that.
That's exactly what we are saying. As MR Venkatesh is saying, you are entitled to do that. Yeah. Okay, MR Venkatesh, very quickly, we need to start winding this up. I think you're making the same point that I was going to make.
No, why don't you go to the Parliament and address us? What is your concern? You see Mr. Yechuri's speech. There was not even one positive advice to the government. It was only a Rudali mode speech. There was nothing in it. It was vacuous. It was only pouring
You have
bile on
your
the
own
government.
opinion.
There was not even
You have your
one
opinion.
concern.
You are not
One
sent in Lok
concern.
Sabha. When you come to Lok Sabha, you will debate with
Okay, gentlemen.
Okay.
Now I'm just going to ask Sambit Patra to make concluding comments because Sambit, I know your hands been up for a couple of minutes. We need to start winding this up. Now, Sambit Patra, the fact is that in the past, when the BJP has been in the opposition, Sambit, the BJP, there have been times when Parliament has been stalled, and then the BJP has said that the onus of ensuring smooth functioning of the Parliament eventually lies with the government. Now, would you agree eventually that onus will lie on your government today? The opposition may be changing the goalposts, it may be doing whatever it can to stall the Parliament, but eventually you need to make sure that the House functions because there are important bills pending.
To this effect, I would just quote two examples. You would remember that when this intolerance debate was brought into the fore, the whole opposition was united in saying that we would not hear out Mr. Rajnath Singh speak. We want the Prime Minister to address the floor of the Parliament the day one. When the Rohit Vemula issue came up for debate, the opposition was behaving in the same way. They were stalling the Parliament, saying that they would not listen to anyone. They would listen only to the Prime Minister. This shows that these are habitual offenders. I'm so sorry to state, I respect the opposition, but you'll earn your respect only when you work for the people, not for your own priorities, as was stated by the left leader right now. He says we all political parties have our own priorities. No, sir. None of us have our own priority. Our priority is the country. Our priority should be people. That is all. If we all have our own priority, then the priorities of the people get lost, and that is what is happening. So please, for God's sake, come together, have a healthy debate.
Okay, come back to the debate floor in Parliament. That is the refrain. But, Waris Pathan and Mr. C.P. Rai, I want you to hear this. Waris Pathan, it was your party leader who spoke in Parliament on May 14, 2012. And he said that the word Parliament comes from the word parlor, which is a French word which means discuss. This was stated not by me, but by Asaduddin Owaisi in May 2012. Now, would he like to remind this same word parlor to the rest of the opposition? And Mr. C.P. Rai, your leader, Mulayam Singh Yadav, in 2012, amidst the disruptions over Colgate, has actually done a dharna outside Parliament saying that people should actually discuss on the floor of the House, allow Parliament to function. What should these political parties, the Samajwadi Party, the AIMIM and the CPIM do from tomorrow when Parliament meets? That's the question I leave to you, viewers. Would you expect these politicians to actually come down to Parliament in Lok Sabha and in Rajya Sabha to debate the issue, to find out whatever faults there are in implementation of the government's policy and raise questions on that and listen to the government's response? Because that is what the Parliament is all about. Thank you very much, gentlemen, for joining us on debate number 2 here on the Newshour.